What's up, guys? I just wanted to talk to you guys about judging, and it is like a big thing nowadays. We make it like seem normal, that we should have input on somebody's lives, especially as Christians, like we like to judge other people, you know what I mean? But you guys are judging while you're doing the same thing those people are doing. You know what I mean? So it's like we can't judge, but we could show them, we could tell them about our testimony and like how it made us feel. You know what I mean? Like the conviction we felt from God. Cause I felt a lot of conviction for how I was living, when I was living in sin. Like, and of course I still fall, like I'll fall. I'm not perfect, I'm not perfect at all, but we can't judge people who aren't doing the greatest, you know what I mean? That are struggling with this thing. Cause honestly, I was struggled a lot with sin, and I'm gonna be 100% like honest. I struggle with the sin of lust. I've been struggling with lust for the longest. It wasn't until recently that I like finally like had enough self-control to be like, all right, starve the flesh. You know what I mean, and feed my spirit. But those who are struggling, you're not imperfect. Just because you're struggling, just because you're falling into sin and you don't know how to stop, you're not imperfect. All right. The fact that you are falling into sin and you're feeling that conviction and you're like, man, I want to do better. Like, how do I do better? All you got to do is just get in your word. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to just hear, man, get in your word, go to God. But that is the only way. Like there's only so much I could do. Like God sent me here to guide people to Jesus. You know what I mean? He's to guide people to him, So it's like, I could only say so much. I could give you the scriptures. I could help you with verses, and I'm still learning myself. But the main thing, the main focus, the main just component you need to beat that battle, to beat that sin, is going to God, is praying to God, fasting, staying in your word, truly, truly surrendering yourself to our Lord Jesus Christ. That is the best way you could defeat this sin, defeat any sin, like any sin that you deal with, Doesn't have to just be lust, any sin that you deal with, envy, pride, all of it, Put on the fruits of the Spirit, In Romans chapter 2, verse 3, it says, do you suppose that, sorry, I'll sum it up, but do you suppose that you judge someone who practices sin, but yet you practice that same sin? Do you think that you're going to escape God's judgment? You know what I mean? And you guys can look it up and so you could get it like more in tune. But it's like we as Christians, we're just